This is your Barbados Today morning news update for Monday, July 8th, 2019. Thanks for joining us. I'm Carol Williams. I will not live in fear. The firm words of the mom of a murder victim whose killing last year remains unsolved. At a Barbados Labour Party town hall meeting on the impact of crime at the Ruby Nazarene Church, Ruby St. Philip yesterday, the woman who didn't identify herself reported she has been targeted on several occasions for standing up and has reported the matter to the police. She believes she may be targeted further, but told the meeting she won't live in fear and intends to see her son's killers brought to justice.
Nobody's going to frighten me. I'm not going to walk in fear of anybody. You understand? Because I know I have God on my side. And I ask Him to protect me every day. Every day I ask Him to protect me. And I'm not going to fear anyone in this country. None. But I want to see justice for my son.
And at that meeting, it was stated that criminals continue to threaten the families of victims, scaring some into silence. And the hits that are being put out on some people are fueling the murder rate that has risen to 32 for the year. Those assertions were made by Divisional Commander of the Southern Division, Senior Superintendent Bruce Rowe, who also chastised some parents for their behavior when their children are arrested for crimes. The Senior Superintendent gave an insight into the overall crime situation in the parish.
Today, people are afraid to talk to us. Why? Because the criminal element are threatening families. Right? You hear, and when you look at the crime that's happening, it is a regurgitation and a revenge type of thing that's going on in Barbados. People are putting what we call hits out on others. Drugs. Okay? People go around and they rob one another of drugs. When a fella loses that drugs and the money is not there to pay for it, it can result in him taking some action. All right? And this is how it goes in a circle. I'm fearful for people because I know that there's information out there and people don't want to give it.
The Senior Superintendent agreed that the crime situation in St. Philip is alarming. 7 of the murders that have occurred for the year have taken place there. The police official says the crimes are being vigorously investigated and units are on the ground. He issued an appeal to residents and offered assurances to those who come forward with information.
The St. Philip crime to date and the bother in St. Philip really are the shootings and the murders. And I can tell you that it is in one little diameter. Okay? It's in one little diameter. We need your assistance in giving us or getting information to us. I know people are very afraid because they don't want to be seen talking to police on the streets. They're afraid that if they tell the police something that the police will go back and say that Mary Jane or John Brown said it. I want to assure you that the systems we have in place, the police hotline, Crime Stoppers, I have a direct number to my office, which only I answer. And anything coming through those channels are safe. You don't have to give your name, you give the information.
Meantime, a series of town hall meetings are being planned for St. Philip in response to the upsurge in crime. Member of Parliament India Ware is pushing for more collaboration between residents and police.
You need to feel secure in your homes, and I have a responsibility. I feel a sense of responsibility to all of you by making sure we reach out to the Royal Barbados Police Force and helping us in getting the message across to you that your role is to help provide the police with information, but equally, the foundation is yours to build on. It starts in the home. And that is going to be my solid message every time I speak at one of these town hall sessions.
A 22-year-old man who was shot in St. John yesterday remains in serious but stable condition. Shakil Jabari Calendar of Odessa McLean Drive, My Lord's Hill, St. Michael, was shot in his lower back and his right knee. Police say that he was one of two men traveling in a truck that stopped at a residence in the area just before noon. While the driver disembarked to speak to someone, a man who was walking towards the truck pulled a firearm and shot at Calendar, who was the passenger. He was taken to the QEH for medical attention. A government official has issued a challenge to the credit union movement as the administration continues its Barbados Economic Recovery and Transformation BERT program. It came at yesterday's official reopening of the BWU Cooperative Credit Union Limited. Barbados Today's Karim Smith was there and filed this report.
The credit union movement has been identified as a key stakeholder in powering Barbados' economic recovery. Minister in the Ministry of Economic Affairs Ryan Strawn made the assertion as the Barbados Workers Union's Cooperative Credit Union renamed its Fairchild Street headquarters. Now known as the Walcott Brooks Building, it honors founding members Sir Frank Walcott and Linda Brooks. Minister Strawn challenged leaders of the historic union to adapt to the country's social and economic climate, which is now in flux. This, he said, would require financing and advising working-class Barbadians to assist with building generational wealth. While the credit union's president, Norvaline Brewster, revealed the company is still recovering from the blow dealt by Barbados' debt restructuring, management is focused on elevating it to Barbados' top union in the next 5 to 10 years. To date, the union is over 20,000 members strong and is the third largest on the island. For Barbados Today, I am Kareem Smith.
There's regional and international news after this short break.
Barbados Today, news you can trust.
In Jamaica, a state of public emergency has been declared in the St. Andrew South Police Division. This after the area recorded 94 killings for the year, the highest number of murders among police divisions in Jamaica. Prime Minister Andrew Holness, who addressed the media on the issue yesterday, said over 25 gangs are currently engaged in deadly inter- and intra-gang conflicts, particularly within the past 2 months, threatening public safety.
Every Jamaican should be appalled at this, not just scared for themselves as a citizen, but as a country that we are at this level. And every Jamaican should be prepared to do what they can in the fight against crime. And what is it that a citizen can do? The first thing is to tell us what you know. Cooperate with law enforcement and give information on the dons, the gangs, and the guns in your community. They are the ones who are primarily responsible for this in Jamaica. There are many other actors that have to be addressed. Politicians who have been complicit. Policemen who have been complicit. But the citizens themselves who live in the communities must not be complicit.
And finally, African leaders are putting the finishing touches on a plan for the world's largest free trade zone. Once up and running, it will bring all 52 members of the African Union into a single market of well over 1 billion people. We get the details from Al Jazeera.
Nearly all of the member states of the African Union have signed the agreement. It's due to take effect next year and progressively phase out 97% of tariffs. At the factory, the director told us it'll create jobs and reduce costs if it's implemented.
This will be the single biggest market in the world where there will be free movement of goods and services. Big macro projects like this look very good, but the implementation has to be done with a united Africa, with a united thinking united implementation.
While leaders promise free trade at the African Union, many still pursue protectionist policies at home. Selling manufactured products across Africa's borders often isn't easy. It's here at the port of Mombasa that goods manufactured outside of Africa are imported to the region. Most African countries trade more with countries in Europe and Asia than with each other.
And that's news, but for the very latest, visit our website at www.barbadostoday.bb. You can also subscribe to our e-paper, email updates, or like us on Facebook. And sign up for breaking news alerts via WhatsApp. We're also on Izumi Media in bus terminals, as well as screenplay at supermarkets and gas stations near you. You can also hear us on Mix 96.9 FM and Capital Media HD 99.3 FM. I'm Carol Williams. Have a good day.